want to just touch on um, just the innovation, because it seems like a company like yours could probably lock in to certain industries. There'd be some ups and downs, but you'd be able to maintain it. But there seems to be a pretty steady push to always expand, look at new industries, look at new technology. And now some companies are in a position where it seems like they would have to, because things are changing so fast. The competitors coming in. I mean, you have to adapt. Um, but in your case, it seems like you almost could make the argument you could just service this sector. But where do you think that innovative sort of spirit or DNA or whatever that is sort of woven in it? Because I'm seeing it in this interview, and I saw it on the last interview that we did with L&H.
Yeah. So it's L&H's philosophy, which is the philosophy of the owners. The main thing is we don't like being bored. We always like big stuff. Yeah. You like getting into the government stuff. It is fun. We can argue a little bit that the government even goes down. I mean, sometimes the government's budget goes down and then you don't. Coal goes in, it's cyclical. Oil is cyclical. But you could also argue that we are in so many industries right now that we could not go any further and we would be okay. I agree with that. We want to grow. We want to get bigger. We like doing it. The owner board, I don't want to even talk about how much money we spend into R&D trying to improve, perfect, grow. We just really enjoy getting into everything. And when you see a new project out there that you've never seen before for an industry that you've never even heard of, it is fascinating, and it makes us want to do what we do every day instead of being in the same exact boat doing the same exact thing forever. I would not want to be a part of that.
And then I guess people that end up sort of staying with the team, being, long-term employees, they're people that sort of enjoy that environment as well. So it's sort of the people that want that sort of repetitive, they probably don't. It's probably not a great fit for them.
Well, and I was just looking at a Excel sheet that had years of service for a lot of our employees. One is at 37, one's at 34, 33, and there are a lot of employees in the 20-year realm. So I think that justifies it itself, saying our employees like working here. They like doing something else. If you're the kind of employee that just wants to get by and be on a conveyor line system and does the exact same thing, which I would lose my mind about. But if you're that kind of employee, L&H is not the company for you. When we get high run projects, it's no more than like 100. We will do 1,000, but you're swapping guys out because it's just miserable doing the same thing in and out.
Patrick, what is your thoughts on that? It's an interesting topic because a lot of companies are trying to do the exact opposite of that.
I think the innovation for L&H has always been driven by the owners group, very similar to what Gage said. But I think the way we go about it is probably more or less about the dollars. We look at industries and say, number one, are we a good fit for that? And then number two, can we add value? If we can add value and it fits us well, that's usually what drives us into these other industries. It's not, we don't go in there just guessing if we can do something. We have a pretty good idea that we got a solid offering before we step into other industries, before we go down that road.
What I like to talk about is, for a long time, we were an oil supplier. For a long time, we were a coal mining operation supplier. Once we made that transition into, we are a manufacturing facility with a lot of engineers, with a lot of space, a lot of machines, it changed the game. You are not just one supplier anymore. You are one company does a lot of stuff.